Okay, for this program, we are going to use the library functions, predefined functions, such as ceil and floor, okay? So in order to do that, in order to use those functions, we need to make sure we include this library, CMath library, okay? So now, since it says ask the user to enter a number, and then we call ceil and display the result. We call floor to display the result as well. Since we need to ask the user to enter a number, we need to declare a variable. Okay. So we should use a double, right? User input. Because ceil and floor both accept doubles. So user input, and then we tell the user what to do. Enter a real number, and then we get that number using cin. Okay, put it in user input. I should just click on this. Okay, so we get that, and now there are three ways. There are two ways basically to call 2 or 3 depending on how you understand it. Okay, so to call a function such as ceil or floor, you need to remember because this type of functions return a value, you need to capture that value. So there are several ways to capture that value. One is to assign the returned value to a variable. Let's do that first. Okay, since we need to assign the returned value to a variable, we need to declare a variable. Okay, ceil, if you look at here, ceil here. Okay, ceil returns a double. So look at ceil accepts a double, type of value returned is a double, and type of argument is a double. So that means it accepts a double and it gives you back a double. That's why we declare this user input as a double. That's the type of argument. And then we declare a double as the result. Okay, let's call it ceiled result. Okay, or just simply result, so it's more generic. Okay, so now we assign the ceiled result to this variable. So we call the function. Remember, when you call the function, you simply use the function name, followed by parentheses, followed by the parameter. In this case, we want to ceil the user input. So do that. Okay, so now that's the result, and let's see what it looks like. The result of ceiling is, okay, and then put the result here. Give it a new line character. Let's run. Okay, enter a real number. So I will enter 23.567. We are sealing it, so it should be 24. Okay, that's correct. Let's run it again. And this time I will enter a number 34.01. To seal it, it should be 35. It goes to the next whole number. So that's how you do that. The result is the result after sealing. I said is sealing. So the result after sealing, okay, is that. That's one way to call this function. You call it, assign the returned value to result. Another way to call the function is to simply put it inside the cout statement. Okay, so the result after flooring is, this time let's call the floor function right here. Because it returns a value, the returned value will be displayed here. Okay, so we call the function floor and give it user input and a new line character. Okay, let's run this program. Okay, so enter a real number, and we already know this, that's the ceiling. After ceiling, 56.7 becomes 57. After flooring, it becomes 56. That's how you call those functions. One, you can call it as an assignment statement. Two, you can call it in a cout statement. Three, you can also call it in an expression. Actually, this is an expression, right? It's used right here. But let's do this another way. Use it in an expression. We can say ceil, use, I will just give it a number, 1.2, right? Plus floor 3.9. Okay, so this 1.2 after ceiling should be 2, flooring 3.9 should be 3. That should give you a 5. Let's see what is the result. Okay, the result is result. This time it should display a 5. Okay, so it does display a 5 because we ceil 1.2 plus floor 3.9. And if you look at this, this is being used, the two function calls are being used in an expression. Because we return a value, we use the returned value in this expression, and then we get that result. Okay, that is it. That's the two functions that's illustrated, and you use the function in an assignment statement here, use the function in a cout statement here, and use the function call in this expression and assign that value to that result. That's it.